to Dip a Toe, your gateway to the thrilling world of cryptocurrency. Tonight, we're bringing you the faces of crypto. These are the real people shaping this revolution. This is where innovation meets inspiration, and we dive into the stories, projects, and passions driving the crypto space forward.
From financial pioneers to tech visionaries, entertainers to resilient advocates, our guests embody the deserved heartbeat of this ecosystem. No joke. I love it. I'm so excited about tonight. So whether you're a curious newbie or a seasoned holder,
Or
you could
third
be a
or
second
fourth.
holder. Yeah, right. You can be either or. Get ready to dip your toes into the future of finance with us. Let's kick off this journey. Let's dip that toe.
I meant to do this.
Oh.
What's up, Simon?
Oh, inflation.
Man,
But I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. For the happy hump day.
Hump day, hump. Humming.
Humming.
Halfway there to the promised land. Halfway there
Man.
to the promised land. In so many aspects, too. How's your week been, though? Has it been good?
Man, it's been really good, actually. So far, so good. It's gotten a little bit cooler. We've had some rain. It's not as hot and sticky.
Oh, we did
here,
too. We
which
had a
makes it
full
much
day.
better.
We had a full day, inch and a half of rain. That was awesome. It really was.
I'm digging it. We should be streaming live, guys, on OmniFlix tonight. I haven't verified that it's working, but I think that it is. So
Okay.
if you want to check us out over there, you can check us out over there.
Check us out.
Who we got in the house tonight, Simon?
Oh, we got now you were technically first, but I don't know. I have to go back and check the real comments because I think Silver Dave had us beat by about 12 hours, to be quite honest, as soon as the reminder went up. But we got Miss Kita in the house tonight. Don't forget to check out Miss Kita every Thursday night over on Spaces. And of course, her lovely sidekick, that lady right there, doing it to it every now and again. We got Corn XRPL in the house tonight. You know this gentleman. We're going to get a double dose, and a double tap of Mr. Uncle Ron in the house tonight. We got the Toast Man. We got the legendary. Oh, you weren't going to say nothing. I thought you were going to say nothing.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was confused because I just realized like I wasn't streaming live and when I was trying. So if you guys have been wondering what I've been doing, that's what I've been trying to make sure that I'm live.
Difficulties.
So.
I'll play on, play it.
Yeah, I play
Queen of the Nile in the house tonight. We got the Marvin Davis. Love you, brother. Connie's in the house tonight. The always positivity. I can't say it, man. Optimistic. Positivic optimist is in the house tonight. I saw the coolest bus, by the way, like way better than any other bus that I've seen. I have a picture. I have to send it to Optimus, so I'm glad we're thinking about this right now. We got Teflon in the house as well.
Oh, welcome to the show.
And that is it in on the YouTubes. If you would like a quick shout out from yours truly or hers truly, come over to the YouTube, dip a toe, and comment and enjoy the show from there because it is absolute fire. Or if you're on X and you're driving down the road, don't switch.
Yeah.
Maintain the
Do
course.
what you do. But we are trying to grow the channel. So if you are watching, please go over to YouTube at Dip a Toe and subscribe to our channel. We're getting so close, guys, to 1,000 subscriber. It's been a goal of ours for a while. And it's just that milestone, you know, when you're working so hard to grow. Camping with Taiwan is in the house. What? That's awesome. Welcome to the show, Camping with Taiwan.
What's good? Dude,
Well,
love it. Dip
well,
a toe.
So listen, guys, we have a super exciting show for you tonight, The Faces of Crypto. I know everybody loves this. We do this the third Wednesday of every month where we bring you the faces behind the real world utility projects that are being built, or just people that have dipped their toe into crypto and they're trying, whether they're supporting projects or they're just super interested or they're educators. There's so much that's happening in this space. And we here at Dip a Toe, we just love to shine the light on all of the real people so that those of you watching, maybe one of these folks you're going to identify with and go like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too. And
anything you can do, I can do better.
And in my Melissa style, I have some introductions of the four that are joining us this evening. So if you would allow me to do the honors of introducing these fantastic guests that we have. So first up tonight, we have Ron Toms from Happy Hollow Shrooms. He's also known as Uncle Ron on X, and he's a mushroom farmer and a retired actuary. He has a wealth of experience in financial analysis and risk management. He's got a career spanning roles from the Social Security Administration, guys, in the USDA, as well as serving as an internal consultant for ING. He brings a unique perspective on navigating complex systems and planning for the future. Now he's dipping his toes into the crypto space and he's helping others navigate this new adventure. So I'm really excited to have Uncle Ron on. And we also have Josh Walter. He's the Vice President and Chief Technology Officer at Way. I know I'm saying this wrong. Way, and the visionary founder of Nexus Water. Josh is at the forefront of regenerative finance. They call it ReFi, pioneering a groundbreaking approach that merges clean water production, carbon credit generation, and DeFi innovation. Through Nexus Water, he's dedicated to delivering clean water to underserved communities, combating the climate change and driving economic growth with blockchain-based solutions. So I can't wait to hear his inspiring journey and the transformative impact of the work that he's been doing here in the space. And we had a chance to meet him in Las Vegas, and he's a fantastic guy. So you guys are going to love him. Next, we have a newly person that I just met, James Jagman, aka DJ Jagman. He's a multi-talented entrepreneur with a flair for innovation. He's the creative mind behind a brand new project called the Bingo Project. So throwback to those old school days. I know my mom and my grandma and even me love the bingo game. So he's bringing lively bingo games where players can win bingo tokens. And it's just a fun, accessible way to dip their toes into crypto with this classic twist. Beyond his blockchain breakthrough, he's the owner of Jagman Entertainment, delivering top DJ and photo booth services across Oklahoma. He also runs a thriving landscaping business, shaping outdoor spaces with expertise. So we're looking forward to hearing about his diverse career and what he's going to do with this new bingo project, which I'm excited. And just so you guys know, the Dip a Toe show is going to have their own bingo cards. So that's pretty cool. Excited about that. And finally, guys, we have Ryan Linegar. I hope I'm saying that right. He is also known as Ryan H. Linegar and also Corn on the X app. He's an extraordinary individual whose resilience and innovation shine through. He's living with Parkinson's disease. Ryan has turned his challenges into inspiration, losing 120 pounds and sharing his journey on YouTube. He's got a channel called Obese to Fit with Parkinson's, to empower others, which I just highly respect that. I watched some of his videos, and it really inspired me. He's also a key member of the Farmers Union, and this is a collective of XRP Ledger enthusiasts that are tokenizing engagement in the XRP ecosystem. And he is the lead of the Crypto Opportunities and Real Networking Project, which is CORN, that fosters community and opportunities in the XRP Ledger. So, guys, really looking forward to it. This is going to be an uplifting conversation as we explore these inspiring stories and bold ventures into crypto and beyond. So let's get these gentlemen in here.
You got to hear it. They come. And it looks like Josh is going to be just a tad bit late. He's doing some things in the background, but he'll be right with us.
No worries. Welcome, gentlemen, to the Dip a Toe Show. How are we doing this evening?
Hey, good evening.
I'm so excited to have you guys here. There's so many. Your stories are just awesome. Like reading it back, it's like incredible. The different people that are in here. I wanted to kind of go around the room and have you all introduce yourself, give a quick introduction to yourself, and we're going to dive into your projects and what you're doing now a little bit later in the show. But we always like to ask the people, tell the brief little story about yourself, and then what led you to crypto, and did you have an aha moment? And so I guess we're going to start with DJ Jagman, and then we'll go Ryan and Josh and Uncle Ron.
Hey, everybody. My name is James, also known as DJ Jagman. You can find me on X as DJ Jagman, or now Bingo. A little bit about me. I DJ all over Oklahoma, but I also do the surrounding states. I have New Mexico next month, so going to be in Santa Fe. I'm going to meet up with Luddite from the Hoogas.
Oh, awesome.
They made me, so shout out to the Hoogas. But yeah, entrepreneur of about 8 years, had about 7 different businesses, but I found my passion with the gratitude of like being able to make a lawn look really good right then and there. But then also my passion for helping people have a great time, and also like making a difference in their life. Well, I found ways to do that within DJing that I didn't really have the first 2 to 3 years of my whole DJ career. So within the last about 3 years, I've graduated, so to speak, into doing a lot more weddings. And so that's kind of what I focus on: weddings, private events, reunions. I've got a reunion for like 70 and 80-year-olds here.
How fun is that? That's awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty neat. I get to experience a lot of different people and kind of their kind of party, and I get to bring the party to them in a sense that really fits their vibe. So that's kind of a little bit about me. You said, did we have
your crypto aha moment? Yeah, like what got you into crypto? Was there an aha moment for you?
I mean, there wasn't an aha moment getting me into crypto. Whenever I first got into crypto at all, it was through an NFT project. It's the Backhouse project from DC. It's like an official DC NFT. It's basically just Batman's bat cowl that he wears. And from that, like, I got on the ETH chain, and I love Broadside. That's like my favorite project. I've diamond handed that thing. I've never sold one. Like, dude, I love it. But won't go off on that tangent. Don't let me ramble. But then I found XRP. And all of this was through my good buddy, Team Vice City. And I know him personally here. He's one of my business partners. But yeah, like, I got on an XRP and I just kind of saw what was going on, and like with how fast the ledger is, how cheap it is. I mean, it's little to nothing. It's burning tokens as you're purchasing. all the countries adopting it over in the Asian countries. It's just, I saw that, but then also my aha moment, my light bulb in my head happened after a woo-woo space with Opti. And
get you every time, my friend.
Well, it was a really kind of deep night for me, and I was telling her I'm not coming by, and she's like, you need to come by. And then I kind of just wrote down live in the space and was talking about what was going on, and then I went to bed that night, and then within a couple nights of that, like something just popped up in my head, and I was like, bingo. And then I was like, hold up. And then I just went down the rabbit hole of bingo and like, is it made? Like, and it's just the age-old song, right? Well, people know it as Bingo was his name-o, in that song. Well, a lot of people don't realize that the rhythm of that song is actually all the way dated back to the 1700s. And there's a lot of history behind it too. So it's pretty interesting to dive down. But I'm not going to go dive down that whole rabbit hole on this call because there's just too much to talk about other than that. So
yeah, maybe the after space.
What was the other questions did you have?
No, that's it for this first part. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Actually, I do have one. From one old professional to a current professional in the entertainment business in regards to DJing, what is your favorite 5-song set to get the dance floor packed?
Oh man,
wedding. So, at a wedding setting, because I've done lots of weddings. Everything you named off, I've done.
Yeah.
So, it's a good time.
Favorite everybody loves a good Fireball. Some like Katy Perry, Justin Timberlake. Like, it's hard to pick the song. If I've got my list ahead of me, like I have like hundreds of songs.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Right? It's hard to choose, but artist wise,
there you go.
Like I said, we're gonna go with Katy Perry, Justin Timberlake, maybe some like Nelly or something R&B. To get people kind of like slow dancing. But I do like to start the wedding off with kind of like, hey, let's get everybody on the dance floor and kind of have like a slow dance. Like I started off right after their important dances, so it's already kind of like slow and lovey-dovey. So then I just throw on whatever genre they're going off of. I'll just throw on a love set banger. And
love it. Love set bangers. Where it's at.
Joe Schmo said no Cardi B WAP.
Dude, I have not ever played that at a wedding. Besides once,
tacky.
they requested it.
Kind of tacky, Joe.
Yeah. They were,
right,
but it was an ethnical wedding, so I mean it is what it is. But everybody has their own style, and that's kind of what I focus on. It's like bringing. So I have a whole app, a planning app that you download on your phone, and it gives you a preset timeline, and it will give you areas where you can add songs, and then in those areas it has song suggestion playlists for them to go off of whatever vibe they're looking for.
Dude,
if they have problems choosing.
I wish I had that.
It's like super dialed into like what they're wanting. And then I just go off of that and add to the playlist, and then put it in my DJ controller.
That's so great. That's awesome.
There right now.
I'm jealous now. I might have to come out of retirement. Anyways, go ahead.
Sorry,
go ahead. My bad.
30 people watching right now. Welcome to the Dip Toe Show. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to us over on YouTube at Dip-A-Toe, and follow us on Twitter at Dip-A-Toe Show. Who did I say was next? Did I say Ryan was next? I don't know. We're going to go with Ryan though. Ryan, welcome to the Dip-A-Toe Show. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having us on tonight. It really is nice to be with these gentlemen here and you as well. So just appreciate this opportunity to share a little bit about myself and to hear from others and hear their backstories. So I was a computer programmer in the late 90s and early 2000s. And then I switched careers into retail management. And then I got sick and I got sick. So
yeah.
Anyway, I don't talk about it much.
It's okay. I appreciate you coming and sharing. I've watched your show. I've watched your journey when I was doing the research for this, not only are you an incredible person, he's doing his spaces on on X, which is where I got to know Ryan. And you asked me to be on one of your first shows as a guest, and I was incredibly humbled, and I didn't really even know who you were. And so, I kind of looked into it, and I watched the videos that you created on YouTube, sharing your journey and what a fighter you are. You're an inspiration to everybody. And so I really wanted to, hats off to you for everything. And not only that, you're a great leader in the XRP community, and we're blessed to have you. And thank you so much.
I just want to say thank you, but this is one reason I don't really do a lot of lives, is because I start thinking about stuff.
Yeah, the emotions.
But my aha moment was back in 2017. I had been researching crypto for a couple years by that point. And so I opened up a Kraken account, and then I bought Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum. I had to have brain surgery in 2019, so I sold it. And then just for the sake of my family, in case something happened there.
Yep.
But in earlier this year is when I really started to get back into it. I had been on X for a while, a couple years, and I didn't even realize there were crypto spaces at that time. So I just kind of hung out back in the back listening for 5 or 6 months, and then developed a good relationship with the farm community. They're all very honest people, trustworthy people from what I've seen so far. And they're just people that I really strive to be like in my project. And I'm trying to mimic their project with mine, but it's at a much smaller scale at this point. So anyway, that's kind of my journey. I don't want to talk too much about all that, but just again, thank you. Appreciate this opportunity. And you guys, I apologize for getting.
No apologies. No apologies. We love you. We appreciate you. You are, like I said, you're an inspiration. You're an inspiration. There's so many challenges that hit us in this world, and you're fighting back, and you have an incredible idea with what you're doing with this corn project. You couldn't be attached to a more awesome group of people with the farmers. Farmers Union. We're gonna have a farmer show here one of these days and get all you farmers on here to talk about the farm. But we appreciate you, and I like I said, I love your show. It's quick. It's nice. It's a half-hour show in the morning. I can listen to it while I'm getting ready for work, and so I really appreciate it. And I look forward. We'll talk a little bit more. But let's see, we've got 150 people in here, guys. Please share this out. I really appreciate it. Who did I say was up next? I'm going to say Uncle Ron. Let's get Uncle Ron. Let's go. How you doing, Uncle Ron? Welcome to the Dip Toe Show.
Thank you. I'm doing pretty well. So a little bit about me. I was a math nerd in college. My nickname was Square Root because I went to parties with a calculator in my pocket. My buddies would say, to impress a girl, they'd say, "Hey, watch this. Hey, Square Root, come here. And what's the square root of this number or that?" And I'd tell them, and they'd say, "Well, how do I know he's right?" And I'd pull the calculator out of my pocket and prove it. But, so
that's hot, ladies. We
I
know
love that,
hot.
man. Skills on demand.
Yeah, it was just a little trick, party trick.
Yeah.
So when I was in college, I was a computer science major originally and didn't really know exactly what I would do with that. It was heavy math, but also computer programming. And then I had a teacher that talked about nothing but actuarial science. She was trying to get a new degree program approved for actuarial science. And right between my sophomore and junior year, I came back at my junior year and the degree program had gotten approved. So I decided to switch everything I had taken for computer science so far, switched over to the actuarial science degree, and I went that route. So I was an actuary after college, and that's just a bunch of grueling exams and insurance professional to do mathematical projections and risk analysis and things like that. I did some computer programming in that job as well, kind of got pigeonholed as a programmer doing illustration software for insurance agencies. And then I moved back into the corporate world and eventually went out to Pennsylvania with a bigger company, ING, and kind of moved up in there a little bit, and then transferred back to Missouri as an internal consultant and working from home most of the time, and going out to a consulting firm that we were hiring to do a big conversion project, actuarial projection software. And then in 2008, that kind of went away with the financial collapse of everything that happened in that year. 2009, I started Social Security Administration, didn't want to relocate, and didn't have any actuarial specific jobs around in KC. So Social Security Administration seemed like a good fit. And that opened the door to government work, which then I found USDA, which was a more fitting position as a statistician, number cruncher, developing rates and for the crop insurance program. Had a big program in the 2014 Farm Bill where I developed the rates for that, the whole farm revenue protection program. Well, anyway, that was a kind of a big deal in my career. I kind of left the working world and did some other things for a while, and then got sick in 2021. Came down with cancer, probably a long time before that, was diagnosed in 2021 with the cancer, and had surgery for that, and went in to have the chemo port installed to start a chemotherapy program, and they said, no, your heart's not right, and ended up having a pacemaker and a triple bypass as well. And then the month after that, went in for this chemo port surgery installed, did 6 months of chemo, and it was that point in time where I had free time. I was off work, and I started investigating the crypto scene. It was 2021, and it was hot. I got in on a few leverage trades that made decent money, not great, but a couple $1,000 off of a few hundred, and kind of got hooked on that, and made some bad calls too, and lost some of that and back. And then when the chemo finally started hitting, I lost all interest in pretty much everything, including the crypto. So for the next few years, I didn't really get into much of anything. The end of 2022, I like to say that the surgery and the chemo kind of helped me beat the cancer, but what I was left with the chemo side effects was just horrific. But then I found mushrooms, and that helped me beat the chemo side effects. My son was making mushrooms, capsules out of lion's mane, and doing the whole process of extracting them and drying them out and encapsulating them. And he said, try this. They had me on maximum dose of gabapentin, trying to get rid of neuropathy, where I couldn't feel my hands and my feet, and felt like I was walking on balloons. And the gabapentin had so many side effects. I was on 15 different drugs as well. And my son told me about the mushrooms. I started them hot and heavy, and it worked. And within 60 days, I was off the gabapentin. And by the end of 2022, I went off of all prescriptions altogether, and have been ever since.
That is incredible.
Ron, I'm going to hit you up later.
All right.
I'm gonna hit you up later, man. That's there's a good side topic, so I'm just gonna shut my mouth, but I'm gonna hit you up later on.
All right. We can get back into that maybe later on in the conversation too, when we talk. Sure. I wanted to bring up more about the Farmers Union. I've been involved in that quite a bit as well. So I guess how I got back active in it this time. Early this year, I was going to a lot of farmers markets with the mushrooms and the mushroom products, and did a little bit of online sales with it, but never had real success. Facebook wasn't much. Everything I posted on Facebook didn't seem to really go out to much of an audience. And I thought I'd try X. And so I got on X, and I was amazed at the reach and the direct connection that you could get with people. And I just kind of flourished in there with community building and expanded my following count and started to get to where I think I've got a potential market out there. And then people like the Farmers Union, I joined those projects, got space on their new shop, which we can talk about later too. So it's looking up. I like the whole the crypto scene and the community that I found in here.
Well, and I'll tell you, when I heard you in Spaces the other day, and I had to message you in the background. I'm like, did I hear this right? You know what your background is, and you know you're no joke, right? Like none of you guys are a joke here. Like you have some real experience and expertise in different in your own ways. You're very well aware of the financial markets and how these things work, and being involved with the farm bill and an actuary and all of these things makes you someone, in my opinion, that has a greater grasp on tokenomics and all of these types of things. And so you are definitely a valuable asset in this space. And also, guys, he is also the one that has the XRPL Spaces group for trying to capture everybody that's having these spaces, for us to all be under the same umbrella so we can find each other and repost each other's spaces to get our reach out there. And I really appreciate you creating that group. I think it's really smart. And here we go. There we go. That's awesome. We got a little one. So yeah, I really like it. So now we got a little one in here. Let's get Josh up here in the hot seat. Josh from Nexus Water, welcome to the Dip a Toe Show. Who do you got on your lap there?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the invite and having me up. Yeah, this is my son, Noah. Noah Kai.
Noah.
What's up, Noah?
What's good, Noah? How's the fingers these days? Good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, welcome to Dip a Toe.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your crypto aha moment is. How'd you even get into this business?
Sure. Yeah. I started investing, speculating first in Ethereum, maybe 2017, 2018. And, that was the top technology on YouTube and everything like that, with more users and everything like that. So that caught my attention at first. I made some money off it. So of course that was a plus. And that hooked me instantly. I paid for our wedding rings with the profit on that. So that was a good deal there. And then it was actually a taxi or Uber driver, shout out to Magic, on Maui. And he is the one who first introduced me to XRP. And he started telling me about the people behind the project, how he invests in people, not companies, and really laid it all out for me. And that was the beginning. And I think I started investing when it was about $1. And then I wrote it all the way down to 30 something cents and was buying the whole way. Cause I understood buying the dips. I understood the value of XRP.
Nice. Good for you.
So I was excited. Every time it went lower, I threw more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had about 50,000 XRP at one point.
Nice.
And rode that out.
That's incredible.
And made some money at this election. And it was in December. around the same time as the election, when I had my real light bulb moment as a builder. And that was introducing water as a real world asset. So the real big narrative last year, starting was real world assets coming to the blockchain. And I always knew there was going to be a connection between my business and crypto. And I just didn't know how, but I always knew creating water from the air is such an epic technology, and crypto and blockchain technology is also such a awesome technology. There's got to be a way to be able to combine those two somehow. And when real world assets started to come on the scene is when I really started looking into water as a real world asset and how to tokenize that and how to really bring that on chain. So that was when I had my light bulb moment. And since then, I've had the luxury of taking the time to focus on Nexus, because my other company in Hawaii is called Waiea Water. And that's Waiea.
Right?
So
Waiea. Sorry, I said it wrong. I knew it.
No, you're good. Yeah, it's actually, I say it wrong every time. It's actually Waiea.
Waiea. Okay.
But Waiea, Y is water and Ea is air.
Nice.
And so that is fully built out, managed, employed, everything like that. So I've actually been able to take a step back from that and focused on Nexus Water. So for the last 9 months, I have been 100% committed to this. And with the tools at our disposal, AI, X, the community, I've been able to do so much more efficiently and quickly than I would have ever have had the chance before. So that is something I've been able to focus on and continue to focus on. And now I'm starting to see some fruits of that labor. I'm starting to see some verification, some validation, and a lot of people have been very encouraging to me, which has helped motivate me to continue on. But that's been really the start of it, Nexus, as bringing that water on chain. And that was December. So that was my light bulb moment.
Man, I have to say, I'm impressed with all of you guys. All of the research that I do, before this show, and like I said, every one of you have such great stories of what you're doing, and I'm like seeing the videos and things, and I followed you around from your old your other website for the initial the YAA, I don't know how to say it. So, but I watched you go and install this, and when I met you in Vegas, because we met you in Vegas, and you kind of was explaining it to me a little bit, but I didn't really grasp what exactly you were doing and how that was going to be tokenized and that. And I guess since we're going to kind of go on into explaining a little deeper of what you guys do, since you're in the hot seat, can you kind of explain what this is with the company, the Nexus Water, what it is, and then what your idea to tokenize your product?
Sure. At the core of it is still a very big passion of mine, which is the humanitarian side of it. It's giving back, so bringing water to those regions or communities that don't have it. So that's a really big focus of mine, in keeping that very central to the Nexus Water model. But of course, we need monetization to be able to do that. So we have to come up with financial protocols, revenue bearing, to be able to get to that point. So there's a couple pathways to do that. The first, and our main focus at this point, is the tokenization of water utilities. So Hawaii, for example, Board of Water Supply. But this can be done in Europe as well. It can be done across the United States, wherever there's an authority that controls the water disbursement and billing of that. So what we're doing is tokenizing the accounting, tokenizing the rewards for green behavior. So we are creating this Nexus portal right now, which you can upload your water bill for up to 3 years, and that sets a baseline. And then we take an average of those different seasons and those months, to get an average of your baseline for your water and water use. And this can be translated to energy use, but we're focusing on water right now. And whether we partner with other existing energy blockchains or we take that on ourselves will be determined in the future. But we really want to focus on the water at this point. So tokenizing the water utility. We can then show reductions in the monthly water use based on your baseline, and then you can be rewarded in Nexus tokens. So we're working on a protocol for that as well through stablecoins. So it's a WTR and an ENG token, which will be able to be rewarded, but they will both be converted to the NXS token, the Nexus token. So that's where we're with the Nexus token. And the name Nexus comes from the water and energy nexus. That means there's a relationship between water and energy. It always takes water to make energy or transport water. It takes energy, or in the water bottling, the transportation, like I said, even the creation of solar panels takes water in that process. So there's always a relationship between water and energy. So there will be protocol around that as well for that reward. But that's the main goal. So there's billions of users already using water from a utility or municipality that are billed monthly. So that problem already exists. There's billions of users that are on that. So that's where we're going to tackle first and foremost. But then we also have the tokenization of water itself. For every liter of water produced by these machines using renewable energy technology. So if you have a water machine and solar panels that's creating the water, all renewable sources, that can be tokenized as water credits. And then those, after that point, can be bundled together as water offsets, energy offsets, or carbon credits. So that's where the relationship between water and energy comes in. There's a formula, 1 liter equals 200 watt hours equals 7.7 gram or 77 grams of carbon. So there's that relationship. So we can play around with that, whether it's energy, water, we can turn that into a carbon offset. But then that will be put onto a carbon credit marketplace where corporations, companies can buy these offsets to help with their ESG scores and the social sustainable development goals and things like that. So that's forward thinking. That's not a huge industry at this point. I think it's only around $1 billion. So it's going to be developed more. And when I first got into this, I thought carbon credits were a scam. I'm like, this is crazy. Oh yeah, it's gonna take off for sure. And
it's in the plans, my friend, right? I mean, if you look at the agenda for the world, that is definitely in the plans.
So fun fact. Can I do a fun fact real quick? Because we're talking about carbon credits, and I'm like super like chest deep in that world right now as we speak. So JP Morgan and their cryptocurrency company that they own is now tokenizing carbon credits to be sold on the international market for the sake of transparency. So you're right there. Keep pushing. I would be pushing hard, because the market that you might be looking at might be only $1 billion. It is far, far bigger. It is far, far bigger. Not here in the States, but at the international level, 100%. Because a lot of them signed up for those types of initiatives, programs, and protocols. So I encourage you to keep going and keep that in the forefront. I wouldn't poo-poo the carbon credit like you were just alluding to, because I too was in that same ballpark. I'm like, come on, man. But then again, I look at myself and go, Simon, you're into crypto. It's like, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Look at it one more time.
No, you're absolutely right. And
Continue.
I was looking into it. The more I looked into it, the more I saw the potential for good. And I started to realize that I'm sure it could be taken advantage. I'm sure there's a lot of, reasons that it is being used for
control and whatever. Yeah.
So, but what I started to see is that somebody that owns land, and maybe they have agroforestry or they have watershed, but they cannot afford to continue keeping this land. They need to sell it, right, for whatever financial obligation. Someone dies in the family or something like that, and it needs to change hands, needs to be sold. This actually gives financial benefits to hold on to the land. So those carbon credits can go directly, the revenue generated from that can go directly to them to help hold the land instead of sell it for a parking lot, a hotel, or golf course. So that's huge, especially in Hawaii. I'm working on a premium carbon credit as well to be able to charge, premium credits. So for beautiful Hawaiian, beachfront property, watershed, that's so vital to the ecosystem, working on a multiplier to be able to, increase the value of that versus, a plot of land that has, millions of acres of the same thing just repeating, so I think those aren't created equal. So creating a system that we can actually, help protect the most needed areas first, possibly, or do a premium for that. But that is definitely something, I'm looking into as well outside of the MVP, future phases to create a marketplace where you can create an NFT by taking those water tokens and energy tokens and combining them, packaging them together, and minting, a metric ton carbon credit, and then be able to put that on the marketplace and trade it that way. So it's multi-chain. It'll be able to be traded, off chain as well. But doing the minting and the creation, as much as possible in house, with Nexus. But yeah, so those are the two main things. And the NFT that we are coming out with here soon is a source node NFT from Nexus. So this is kind of our genesis, and this is a way to showcase what this new dynamic NFT on the XRPL can do. So we have the metadata that is able to update the JSON file, and we can change how much water offset. I have built-in ESG scoring systems. So this is something that goes beyond just the art and the digital work that you're getting, which I've created to be deployed into the metaverse as well. So this is a really cross between the digital and the physical world, and that showcases what we can do. So we have this opportunity to showcase the whole ecosystem in the metaverse and reward it through that. So the first NFT collection source node is done, it's completed. It just got update. XRP Cafe and Opulence NFT Marketplace just went through the process of updating XLS 46D to their system. So now we can utilize that. The Nexus Water HQ in the metaverse is just being finished. It will be available on the next update in Expector. So that's coming as well. It's all perfect timing. So once that launches, this will go to funding a water station in Haiti. So I've talked to a friend of mine. He's a developer in California, and he has a ministry in Haiti that they have a church there, and they have a big operation there. So it's in a compound. It's safe. They have all the solar panels, and they're going to actually be able to donate solar to this project. So what we're raising is just for the water machine itself, and that's going to go to Haiti, and they're going to power it with their solar panels. If it needs more, they said they would finance more solar panels and everything like that. So this is huge. So that's going to,
and then they're self-sufficient, right? Like they'll have clean drinking water, and they'll be creating the credits for themselves too, right? Which then they could, if they don't need them for themselves, then they could actually sell those.
Right. So then there's an opportunity for that on the marketplace. Absolutely.
Right. Yes.
And all these NFT holders, all these NFT holders will be able to get rewards too. So a portion of the sales will go to the Haiti water machine, and it'll also go to a reward pool that will pay out every month for the holders. So the slogan is it earns to give. So you're actually giving to a nice project, but you're also going to be rewarded in return. So go ahead, Simon.
Well, Josh, I don't want to take up the show because we got, lots of awesome there. But I'm going to reach out to you as well later after the show because I knew I wore the purple shirt for good things today. Good things are happening. I mean, DJ, mushrooms, carbon credits, and a true Phoenix moment coming up next here on the Dipito Show. I can already feel it, man.
I'm telling you what.
Fire.
This is the cool thing.
I'm gonna hit up on Ron too, because those lines.
I was gonna ask you about the registry, but never mind, dude. We'll talk later. I'm gonna hit up Josh later. I'm good. Muting.
I am just saying. This is the cool thing about this Faces of Crypto show, guys. And I don't know about you, but I didn't know. I didn't know all this stuff, all of the possibilities and the people and things that are being built in this, new Web3 space, crypto space, digital asset space, whatever you want to call it. There are real world problems, and people are building solutions for them. They're innovating. They have innovative ideas. And even these small businesses that people are putting on the chain to just do a different way as we get into the future. And so this is why this type of show, in my opinion, is so important. And I really appreciate you all coming on, and we're definitely going to keep talking. But I want to get who wants to go next. I was thinking Uncle Ron, because the reason I'm thinking Uncle Ron is mushroom, and mushrooms need water to grow, right? So kind of feeling the
mushrooms need water too.
Yeah, mushrooms need water too. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing. Are you as far as attempting to tokenize your mushrooms, or are you what are you doing?
No, the mushrooms. About the only thing I'll be doing with them on Web3 is building out a product line on the Farmers Union shop. I had a web space, a web page that I did some online sales with, but hardly anything. But the Farmers Union, I think, may get more eyes than I was able to get, and to kind of get the help in the, like, Brad from the Farmers Union does so much development work and has developed the website. And if I can basically connect with people that are already doing stuff and then put myself in there with them, I think I'll get a lot more eyes traction. Traction and get more sales that way. Other things I've been doing in Web3, content creation. I kind of started in February on X and was looking around for, okay, what can I do to get my brand out there? And then it kind of turned into, well, what can I do to make money on X? Because I saw different opportunities there as well. I saw several projects that would host contests and create the best meme for this or that, and then I won a couple of them, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool, 25 XRP, that's a pretty nice chunk,
Hell yeah.
And I've got my Joey wallet now is almost nothing but my winnings from different contests and things like that, nearly $1,000 in there. Some of that is also farm, which I bought farm, but I got in early, and that's the thing I've been doing with all of these projects on XRPL. They're so small and so early that I can afford them with hardly any money, and I can afford to put in an XRP here or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Corn, for instance, I got in when it first started out, put in 2.5 XRP. And I was able to take out my 2.5 XRP a few weeks later, and I've still got probably 5 or 6 XRP worth of corn. So because I got in early and it grew. Some other meme coins, I was able to do that. I'm pretty good with the charts, and it's more discipline and timing. But I saw some charts that had made a big run up and traced back down to the 886 fib level, and said those look like they're about ready to pop off. And when they did pop off a little bit and trace back, I'd buy them. And I did that with a number of them and made some decent returns on there. So since February, I've basically 10x'd what I've put into things. Most of that has come from farm. The Farmers Union project has been a godsend. I'm at the point now where I've gotten more back in the airdrops, the crop dustings, as they call them, than I spent on the original tokens. So I've
Nice.
got partner projects worth a few $100s, and that's all I spent on the original farm tokens, you know. So things like that I really like. Carbon credits. Along the lines of content creation, one of the companies I got in to doing content creation for is a bigger real world asset company called T-Rise. It's the RISE token, RIZE, and they launched on Kraken through the Reef program. They're a big name, and they're doing stuff with carbon credit tokenization in the works. They have active construction. They've tokenized construction projects. So they've got a $300 million construction project, and people can buy little chunks of that now through their platform. But they're big with big institutional partners, JP Morgan and Chase, Goldman Sachs. They're a validator on the Canton network, which is all a private permissioned network. I'm kind of lost now is where I should go next.
What's the site? I'm sorry. I'm digging now because like after this call, yeah, you guys are all talking my language. Like I've literally,
if you
I've been
guys
swimming in that all those pools that everybody has talked about. Everything, every single one of you.
If you had heard our conversation before the show, I'm I know he's like JoJo the circus boy right now, just all excited because of what you guys are talking about. Here's the cool thing, guys. So I'm listening to you, Uncle Ron, and by the way, the graphics that you create are fantastic. Like they're really super cool. And I don't know if it went over people's heads or if they missed it, but I keyed in on it in the fact that you dipped your toe. You just dipped your toe and you did something that you love, and you made a little jingle and you invested your time. You spent your time wisely, in my opinion. And so you didn't kind of come out of pocket. You were creating something that's of value to the community. Somebody picked you up, and you were supporting these projects, and you got your initial earnings back, and you're making more, right? And this is like if you could lay out a map of this is how you would be successful in dipping your toe into the crypto space, that would be how it is. It's like, hey man, if you've got a talent like creating these graphics and you can make a couple XRP from them, or whatever chain you're in, it's not just XRP, that's great, because you're not having to come out. And so really what I want, the point I want some folks to take away is you don't have to have a ton of money. I know we hear people that they talk about, how big their bags are and what they're doing, how much money they're spending, or they're these fancy traders and all this kind of stuff. You can dip your toe. We're so early. You can dip your toe in just like Uncle Ron did, and look what he did for himself. And, getting an account the size that you got, that's pretty damn awesome. Really, really cool. And again, you're valuable to everybody that you associate yourself with, not just because of your beautiful graphics, but because of your knowledge and comprehension of things and what this means, really, right? I suspect that you are someone that can see the big picture. And for those of us that are dipping our toes and we're just starting to ask these questions, how do we start a business? What are the implications of this or that? Should we be against carbon credits? Because, there's a lot of YouTubers on that say it's a utopian world and you're going to, dystopian world, and you're going to be taken over by the man. And, there's all of these narratives floating around all over the place. And got to come back down and figure out, just like Nexus said, or I don't know who said it, but they said, like, I was thinking about it in a negative way, but then I thought, hey, this could actually be a good thing. There's nothing wrong with being responsible with our resources, right? And figuring this out. And so, kudos to you, and not to mention that you're just a great community builder and supporter. So welcome and appreciate it. Is there anything else that you might have wanted to tell about yourself?
I about the communities, the one that I built for XRPL Spaces group, that kind of started as a fluke. I was looking for a way to quickly find my way back to the space I was listening in. And because when I
love it. Right?
Too
many buttons and you didn't even know it. I love it.
Yeah, and it's like, how do I search for this on X and find where I was at and get back in quickly? Well, if I post it, and then it kind of formed a double duty that I could also post my graphics in there and create something cute about whatever show it is, and kind of do some extra advertising for the show as well. And that seemed to go pretty well. And then people started joining it and using it more. And I've also created a community for Mad Labs, the wallet.
Oh, right on. Okay, yeah, Zoge, yeah.
The Mad Lab wallet user group community. I'm the admin for that. I'm working some on the images and graphics for the Mad Lab wallet too, and passing those over to Zoge to be included in the next release. The little floating cards ad space that was in the bottom right-hand corner, and I'm kind of doing some of the work on that now too.
That's awesome. That is very, very awesome. You mentioned earlier, just briefly, because I mean, of course, carbon credits, but guys, I'm not going to talk about carbon credits. That could be like a whole another 5-hour show. And I'm telling you, it'll be worth your time, but we're not doing it today. But you mentioned a company that is tokenizing construction. I assume new construction. Would you name that platform again? Because I would love to check that out.
Sure. That is the T-Rize, T-R-I-Z-E. And
got it.
At T-Rize is their X handle.
Okay, cool.
T-Rize.io, risenet.io.
Is that the mushroom coffee?
No.
Oh.
It's Rise Coffee.
Sorry.
And there was a Rise token that launched on X that went nowhere, and there were scam tokens that mimic the Rise token. But no, Rise itself is a Canadian company, but they're really multinational and got a platform and building and making connections around the world. And they've got some big connections too. Yeah. Did you find it?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to share my screen for the dipototers out there because I'm going to share. Sharing is caring.
I'm working in the background. That's why my camera's off.
No, she's not. She's having a couple of shots.
I realized I didn't create the when he was talking about the XRP Spaces group. I didn't create the After Dark space yet, so I'm doing it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. We want people to come by after the show, get on the space, and we just talk the talk, walk the walk. So Uncle Ron, this is it, correct?
That is it.
All right.
Yeah, and that Project Amplery is the one that's live now, and they've been making announcements every week, seems like, for the past few weeks. And they're one of those ones too that I think is very early, and they'll pump. They launched at 2 cents as their TGE, and they pumped up to 25 cents that day. And then they came back down to the 886, and then they even kept drop below 2 cents for a while. But they pumped back up to 10 or 11 cents a couple of times.
Wow. Yeah. So it could be like a triple wave for those traders out there. It could be a triple wave.
Every time they make an announcement, it pumps. And
okay.
More are coming. Yeah.
Okay. Well, definitely worth some cookies and late night surfing in bed. I will definitely be doing that. So thank you for sharing that with us, Ron. Very much so, and we're definitely going to connect as well. Melissa, do you got that? Do you got that ready to go? Because I want to hear from. I want to hear from Ryan. I want Ryan.
Let's get Ryan up on stage.
Okay, let's do Mr. Ryan. There you go. Ryan, you're in the hot seat. Melissa, what were the questions again? I spaced out. I got in carbon credit land for a little while, my own space. I'm sorry.
No worries. I just tell us a little bit more about your corn project and your relationship with the Farmers Union, please.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So CORN is an acronym for Crypto Opportunities and Real Networking. And so what my main objective is to talk to the general population and teach them about the basics of crypto. So I've been in quite a few spaces where it is not people that are really familiar or have any idea about Web3. And so I think the thing they're struggling with is the very ground level foundation of just basic terms and definitions.
Right.
People are very eager to get into it, want to know what wallet to use, and they don't know anything about what they're getting into. And so that's one thing that I really want to stress to them is that should be like months down the road type thing. You need to know, and I posted different, I have a list of about 20 definitions that I want people to learn. And
love
really,
it. Well done. That's a big thing. We've done that here on the Dip and Toe show as well. I'm glad you're doing that. That's very much
it's
needed in this space.
essential. And
Yes.
I think one thing is people want to get into a room and prove their worth right away. And it's my thing is just kind of let those people talk and do whatever, say what they want to say. And then I interject and say, I really think the fundamentals are important with just knowing the terminology and definitions. So that's one thing I'm really passionate about. I love teaching. I was in management for quite a few years before everything happened with my health. I just love the interaction, the teaching, and then have them ask questions. I want them to ask questions. So another thing I'm very passionate about is health and fitness. So I had lost quite a bit of weight, got off a bunch of medications through diet and just, I guess, grit and determination. I do have a family, young kids, and my wife. So my thing is have a sound mind. I want them to look up to me as a father and a good husband. So in order to do that, I had to get off the medications, and I want them to see that I'm working as hard as I can every day, physically, mentally, emotionally. There's a lot of days where I'm emotional, and it's just one of those things. And I know guys don't cry, but
yes, they do. Yeah, we do. They do. Guys cry.
That's why we go out in the garage.
It's a good cry too.
That's why we go in the garage. Like, I gotta go fix something. I'll be right back. Slam the door, and then
you know what? It's okay to show that emotion.
For sure, 100%.
It's I think a higher of people if they can express those emotions and they can talk to you about things that are happening in their life. They trust you enough that they can do that. So I take that on as a good challenge myself. And then I talk to my pastor about things, and, things derailed because of what I thought. I thought things were going to go a different way. Well, that wasn't the plan. God's plan was to put me on this different trajectory. I was wanting to go this way. He put me this way. And it took me quite a while to get that mentality. Like I said, I talked to my pastor quite a bit about it, and he goes, "You're trying to do things for yourself. This is God's plan." So he says, "We're here to serve, and that's what I want to do. I want to serve."
Sorry for the laugh. It's true.
Anyway.
Just find humor in it because we all go through that. You're like, yeah, but I want to go this way. No, we're going that way.
Well, and like, did you ever think that you would be somebody that's in this space, educating others? You're a perfect example of, there's so many people that say like, well, what can I do? There's all these people that, they're traders, they know this, they know that, they're building, they're doing this and that. You're seeing a problem that needs to be solved and knowing that there's a bunch of new people coming in, and like Simon said, much like what we're trying to do here with the Dip and Toe show is create an environment where newbies are coming in, understand the lingo. Like that's very important. Those spaces, they're quick and easy. They're, to get involved in, you make it comfortable for them to come up and and talk if they want to talk, or they can just listen. But having that resource is it's awesome. It's awesome. And you're bringing people to the space from a different place, right? Some people are already tech. They've already been in tech and then that's their realm. You're inspirational. The types of people that you're probably coming in contact or that were watching your channel, and that they might not have even thought about dipping their toes into crypto, and then they see you, they say, well, Ryan's doing it, and you're learning all these terms and networking with some really good people, and so like you are so valuable in this community, and so just like hats off to you for taking the initiative to do that.
I really appreciate you saying that. That means a lot. With my Ryan H. Leniger account, a lot of those, so I've had that since 2023, and it wasn't crypto related at all. It was really trying to find out about neurological conditions that people experience, doctors and nurse practitioners, PA, things like that, and just trying to learn from them. So it's a completely different audience, my Ryan H. Leniger account versus my Corn account. So, and I've been around a couple years. I think a lot of them, they don't have any reason not to trust me with things that I do or say. I'm very positive. I don't like cussing. When people cuss, it's kind of a turnoff for me. Yes, I cuss. I'm not going to say I don't, but it's very minimal. I do have children and my wife, and I respect them very much. And out in public, that's just me personally, though. So anyway, yeah, it's a totally different audience on my Ryan H. Leniger versus my Corn account, but I'm trying to be that bridge of the person between those two accounts. And with the project, it is a very low market cap, and I'm still buying open market, but I'm purposely suppressing the price because I'm trying to control as much of the token position as possible for leverage for future developments with the project. So it could be a few more months yet while I'm still accumulating, but after that, we just don't know the future. So it's very low market cap. I'm accumulating. Anyway, it's
what is the Corn stand for again? Can you tell us again?
Crypto opportunities and real networking.
Crypto opportunities and real networking. And I will tell you, Ryan, your Ryan account is what attracted me to you, which is exactly why I wanted you on Faces of Crypto, because of that important bridge that you are between just the average people that are going about their life. Hey, Crypto Heavy, what's up? The average people that are going through their daily lives, they have challenges. You're inspiring them with the exercise and diet. I think I heard you say on your space that you were once on like 24 different kinds of medications, and now you're down to 2. That's what I heard. Ma'am. Okay. That is remarkable. My sister, similar circumstance, and it's those personal stories that, there is the building of trust, right? We talk about that on Faces of Crypto and just our dip a toe in general, as decentralized as we want everything to be. There still is going to be that element of trust that's needed, and knowing what's coming in the future here real quick, the new people that are going to be entering the market, there's going to be all kinds of confusion out there, and having folks like yourself that has had a steady, trusting audience based on something outside of crypto, but you're saying, hey, I've dipped my toe into this. This is what I've discovered. You're the inspiration for others to dip their toes into. And so, like I say, I think it's so important what you're doing, and highly encourage you to keep going. And I wouldn't have known that that's what corn meant, And so, when you see these little acronyms and things flying by on Twitter, and you're like, well, what the heck is that, And but you put the face with it and the explanation of what it is, and it's a whole new world, a whole new meaning, and that helps people expand their thinking. So I am thankful that you came to Dip a Toe this evening.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Means a lot.
You're muted, Simon. Huh?
I was going to say, Melissa, are we on a timer?
I don't know, but DJ.
That's my fault. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, I love it, though.
That was going to be my next go-to. I'm like, DJ, what are you doing in the background, bro? Are you doing some sound bites
that's
for
my
us?
bad.
No, all good. I did have an idea here. I know here on the Dip a Toe Show, we do back to basics. We definitely got to bring Ryan back so he can help us with the slang terms, jargon, etc. I think that would be a great thing, and maybe do a giveaway as well. Maybe we'll have on some other panel guests.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Right, so he can just say the technical term and see if they actually pick up the definition of that term or something like that. I see a play there. I think it's good.
Did you
I
see
to bring
the
back on the show for that?
I did.
Yeah, do you want to talk about some favorable mentions here?
Well, I would love to talk about some favorable mentions. Uncle Ron had asked if we can show the farmer union market. So before we get to Bingo the dog that belongs on the farm market in the farm space, I wanted to show the farmers union. So shop.farmerunion.meme, MEME. Is where you want to say a little bit about this, Uncle Ron, real quick?
Yeah, that's a shop that's on the Farmer Union website. The Farmer Union website, like I said, Brad's developed that and really put a lot of effort into that. But the shop is a new thing that they're opening. No. Well,
okay, that's cool.
No. That's it.
There's a yeah, this is the shop. Is there a backlink to the homepage of the Farmers Union that you're
farmerunion.meme?
Okay.
So
okay.
delete
Cool.
the word
posted,
from the
Yeah, I got you. Yep, got it. Perfect. Okay, great.
I posted in the chat too. Oh yeah, you got the lion's mane mushroom powder. Is that what you're using?
That is what I did use. Yeah. When I was taking all the mushrooms originally, my son was making them and he couldn't keep up. I was doing like 12 or 15 capsules a day. And
wow.
I found that company, Real Mushrooms, and did a lot of research on, who makes the best medicinal mushroom extracts, and it turned out to be them. They've been doing it for more than 40 years. So that's just one of the products that they have. But I have an affiliate link with them, and then the farm was kind enough to allow me to put it up there on their site as well. But we're going to be developing out more products on this from really anybody within the crypto community that has a project and wants to put something up there. Get in touch with the Farmers Union group, and we can get real live products up there. I think Brad said the only limitation is it has to be legal for sale in Canada. That's where he's at, where the website, I guess, is registered through. I wanted to share that.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that. I'm going to put this in the chat unless you already have there, Melissa.
I did.
Oh, you did?
You're
awesome.
I did it.
Good. I'm sorry.
DJ Jagman. Notice I pronounced it correctly. Mr. Stone. Hey, shout out to Stone, Coffee and Crypto with Stone in the morning, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every week on X. You want to check them out? What's up, DJ?
Well, a lot. I've been working on bingo cards in the background while we were
I thought you were making a playlist, to be quite honest. I'm like, he's playing because he's playing.
No.
Good use of time. I would have done the same thing.
My playlists are pretty dialed in. But we're not going to talk about DJ Jagman today, because everybody should know if you've been around. But yeah, so what do you want to know about bingo? And then I'll kind of just dive into a whole like cesspool information.
Tell us about the bingo project. When did you create it? You just told us you came up with this eureka moment after beautiful, optimistic primes woo-woo book club that I missed the other night, which I was really disappointed. But I was on the phone with Niall from IMU TV, and we got some news to talk about that here real soon, guys. But you said you went to bed and you had a eureka moment, and bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G popped in your head, and the next thing you know, you've got this project. So what is the bingo project, and how are you going to onboard people into the crypto ecosystem?
For sure. Well, I'm going to share my screen really quick
Sure.
because I have my website up. And shout out to Anthony from the Banana Business Project. He is my back-end dev with all of the coding of the website, which is going to be a lot of fun for you guys to experience here. So here we go. Let me maximize that. So
Can you share it? You got to share it in the for us to grab it to put it up there.
He's got it. He's got
Very nice.
I'm on it. I'm on it. First time on StreamYard, baby. Let's go.
Nice job.
So I'm just going to go through the website and kind of give you guys a breakdown of it. And then you guys can pretty much see what Anthony has done. So obviously you've got the top bar here, which will have pretty much, it navigates you to the area. So like if I click about, it'll bring you down to the about section. But yeah, so this actually isn't a button. We're working on trying to make it work, but you can't get it to work for some reason. But it's all coded, so it's not like a drag and drop like builder. Like
okay,
a lot of
like a
it's
Wix.
actually like we built it with code. So it's very crazy how this is all coming together. But this is the About Bingo. It combines the appeal of meme coins with the cultural resonance of the lore of Bingo as his name-o, Old McDonald, and then also the symbolic power of the gematria, the number 396. We've got 396 billion tokens, which is deflationary. So we'll be burning. We'll be burning. So by integrating micro-tipping, NFT utility, and gamified community engagement, Bingo is aiming for the XRP community's enthusiasm and adoption on platforms like X. Inspired by other XRPL meme tokens, Bingo introduces unique tokenomics to provide long-term value and community loyalty. So here's our breakdown of our tokenomics. This is kind of like a general view. We've got all this like really broke down kind of in our white paper, but we're working on other kind of bracket systems for a couple of these areas, which you'll see here in a second. So yeah, 396 billion Bingo tokens. So 50% of it was for the community, broke down into these sections here. So you've got 10% for airdrops, and this is going to be the number. So the 39.6 billion is for airdrops vested over 12 months. So we're only allowing up to 3.3 billion. So if we're like below that amount, then we'll be able to like put that into other giveaways and stuff like that.
Nice.
So this number right here, the 10 XRP worth of Bingo, that's changed. So we do need to update that, but I don't even have the number for you today. That's what I'm slacking on today. I'm sorry. There's been so much happening in like 3 weeks, dude. It's crazy. But yeah, so then like 25%, which is 99 billion, was the initial DEX offering. Right now, we have about, I think, 16 billion left to get on the market, which we're upselling into the market. That way we can provide more liquidity and also other opportunities within our system and economy as well. And then On the 10%, that is your gamified pool. So bingo nights, for example, right? So like on bingo nights, we have this pool to give away from. So winners will be able to have a very, very good amount of pool for up to 12 months to be able to earn these tokens through playing bingo. So there's a lot to come on the bingo nights type of thing. I will get into that later. And then 5%, which is for, so it's not like staking. It's not actually staking since it is the XRP. But we have a reward system, like a holder's reward system, to where once our NFT comes out, we'll be able to, track those NFTs with that reward system, and then see who's holding. So nice. You'll get, well, there's 3,960 NFTs, as you can see. So 5,000 bingo per month, each NFT that you hold. So that's one thing that we're really encouraging people to do. Then we also have a burning mechanism too for the NFTs as well. That's the allocation for the team. But so check this out. At 12 months, so that number is locked up right now. We can't touch it. It's 59.4 billion. That's completely unusable for 12 months. Okay. And then half of that is going to be voted on by our holders of bingo token and the NFTs. So it'll be all pretty much in our Discord probably. But at that 12-month mark, we're going to give the community a vote on what they want to do with those tokens. Maybe they want those back on the market. Maybe all the tokens are bought up and nobody is able to buy tokens. Maybe they want more. Maybe they want to burn that whole token supply of the half, right? So half of 59.4 billion is going to be voted on by the community on what they want to do with it.
So governance.
So realistically, like that's us just giving back, 24 whatever billion it is back to their vote. And then this is the liquidity. That is the tokens that we have allocated for liquidity. So once we see the right fit opportunity, well, not fit opportunity, time, I would say, then we're going to be pumping liquidity into that market, into the AMMs. So that's going to really help a lot of things within our ecosystem in terms of being able to provide that liquidity, but also to provide that back end value of the token. 20% for marketing and charity, 10%, 39.6 billion for the barn burning mechanism. So we have a lot of cool ideas for that barn burning mechanism. And the reason why I set it up as the barn burning mechanism is because you can kind of guess. We're going to be like doing stuff on Twitter or on X, whatever you want to call it, where like we'll release a post, right? And then with that post, it's going to be like, oh man, like Bingo was out traveling in the United States and he saw this barn burning over in Pennsylvania. We need to have, this many, we need to have this many reposts, this many comments, this many tags. And then by the time we have that, we'll put out the fire. If we don't reach that, then that fire just burns the whole barn. And that barn had 100 million bingo in it, right? So then like, it's an activity for people to get involved with, to be able to be like, oh crap, like, what if we don't want to burn these tokens, right? Like, what if we don't want all of them to be burned? Guys, let's post. Let's get on there. Like, let's tag our friends. Tell them like, hey, dude, come check out what's going on. And then to multiply that by 1,000. Can you see this? Still?
No, but we can hold on. We're gonna do a little something here. We're gonna do one of these.
Switch it back for a second. Yeah. Can you guys see
there we go. Okay, let me go right here real quick. Bam!
Yeah,
there it is.
We're on track, baby. We've got 11 spots for pre-orders on the bingo cards. All right.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I'm not gonna put that on the screen too much for people to screenshot. But what I can show you is this. This is our advertisement board. So we've got nuts right there from XRP Squirrel, and then we've got the name of business. So this is where our collaborations are going to be on our physical cards, and then our digital cards are just going to be a little bit different, but they're still going to fit that same vibe like this. So And then also, this is the instruction card. So it has all the instructions on how to play bingo, all the way broken down from the start. It goes bingo, how to play bingo. Bingo is a fun game of chance where players mark numbers on a card to complete patterns. And here's how to play, what you need, and it breaks it down. So the 5x5 grid, which we've got here, and then the numbers, how it breaks down, and then what you would need, markers, whether that be chips, daubers, a pen, or a pencil. So it just breaks down the whole thing. So it's easy for everybody to understand. And then to top it all off,
there you go.
Ah, nice.
here, I'm gonna leave this on the screen for a second. Y'all that are watching on a different device and you have your phone, this will take you right to our website. And whenever you buy whenever you am I making it? Did I make it scan the website?
I don't know, dude. Like it totally did though. Do that again. Do it again. No, do it again. Hold on. No, we're gonna put it back in the center screen. I want to see what happens here. Do it again. Let's see if it'll, because like it did everything on our end.
Mine scanned to it, but I don't know what happened.
Let's go back to the website.
XRP.com is the
Got you.
the
we'll bring that back up. Here we go.
This is awesome.
All right, there you
go. All
go,
right, so let me go back to the other screen here so I can get there. Okay. And then we've got 5%, so basically 20 billion for NFT artwork partnerships and X campaigns. So basically the people that are doing our artwork for NFTs, any kind of partnerships that we have to be like, hey, look, like you did this for our Discord or this part of our project or whatever. We'll be able to basically forward them a bingo basket. That's what we're calling our little airdrop system, is bingo basket shipments. So we're going to ship them some bingo baskets with bingo in there to help pay them for their time. And then 5% for farm-related charity. So this is where it gets pretty interesting, where I think this is going to really help IRL as well. Because number one, we don't mind if we have to be like, hey, look, we've got this charity. They aren't in Web3 at all. They really don't want to be involved. They've got a family farm. They've got this charity, this, that, and the other. If I have to sell a portion of that pool for that charity and say, hey, look, I sold this much. It was worth this XRP. So then I cash this out, and then I'll provide proof of these payments to these charities. So that way you all will see that look, here's the transaction. This is how much bingo was sold. This is the XRP amount that we received. And this is the transaction to that charity to show you, look, this is the same amount that we cashed out.
Right.
Minus whatever from exchanges, So that way we can even provide that difference in fees personally from whatever we've done. So that's the big thing for me, is making sure that no matter what, if we're providing to charity, if they're in just Web 2 or Web 3, we want to be able to help regardless. So we want to try to onboard them here, but we can't force people's hands. So what we can do is be like, hey, this is what I have to offer. Let me go sell 4 billion tokens and exchange it for cash and send it to them. So I find big value in giving back to these areas that are really trying to make a big difference. And personally, in my DJ business, I take 2% of all my profits and I give it right back to Shriners Children's Hospital. So it's just something that I really like. It's something that I find a lot of value in. And then it gives you a lot of gratitude. It makes you feel very grateful for not only what you can provide, but what you're helping out with, right? So I think that gratitude is a big thing in life. And if you don't practice gratitude, being grateful for things, I would start now. It's done me wonders, just saying.
We have a question in the chat wanting to know about the randomness. How are you determining the randomness?
The randomness.
Yeah, the random math. You mentioned something. He said, "How is the randomness generated?" Is Karma Coverage wants to know that.
I'm not sure I'm following the question. The randomness of.
I don't know. You mentioned something about random, and he wanted to know how the random can you elaborate your question?
Are Are you talking about like playing bingo and the numbers are random? Like that? I think that's the only thing that kind of comes to mind for me.
Yeah, like pulling the balls,
that might be
right?
it.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
might be it.
whenever you play bingo, if you're asking about that, like basically like in bingo, they have a roller and there's a bunch of balls in it to where like the number and the letter that comes out is just random. So like basically whenever people win this, it's not just like, oh well, I picked their numbers for them and I wanted this person to win with these numbers. So it's like whenever you win bingo, it's completely random.
I was a bingo winner, just so you guys know. And
you don't got to rub it in. You don't got to rub it in.
I
Okay,
was
everybody's a player.
The first bingo live game. I was there. I even screenshotted it and said I was there. So and I actually won. And I have to tell you, I've never won at bingo. Like it's always where you're sitting and you're playing and everybody's like bingo, and you're like, oh damn it, I was almost close to getting it and I didn't win. So yeah, very, very fun game.
I pulled up the YouTube real quick because I saw you. I know you were pulling these from the YouTube, right? The questions.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen Dack wants me to do the bingo guy impersonator. Y'all want Old McDonald?
Yeah, go for it.
Right,
go for it.
I'll do Old McDonald just for Kristen in the chat there. Hey, how you doing, everybody? We ready to play bingo today or what? That's it. That's it, man.
Woo, all right. Hey,
are we done with the website sharing?
No, I'm almost done, but I want to show a couple more things there because we're pretty much done with all of that. So I want to go to the bingo roller. We're gonna go take you there. How about that?
The roller.
So let me zoom out. Wait, I'm on my laptop. I don't know how to do that. That's okay. So this is the bingo roller. Whenever you're at the home page, for those of you who end up buying these bingo cards, you can go to the home page and it's right here at the top right. So just click the bingo roller. It'll take you here. And then whenever you're doing this,
it, by the way, it's not showing it for me. It just shows how to trade bingo.
It pops up on a different here. That's why it pops up in a different window. Let me fix that. I'm going to share this other screen. Which one is it? Let me close that other one real fast so I'm not confused.
Boop, 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 boop.
I just we got about 20 minutes left, or like 15 minutes left. I'm supposed to say we have about 15 minutes left.
Here we go.
So just
all right, you see it?
1 second. There it is. Voila!
All right, so in this bingo roller, it's super easy. You just click the roll button, and it drops down confetti, and it drops up the number here. And then this is what I use to call the numbers live. So I'm just going to like click a bunch real quick, and then y'all can see down here. So then it's going to be easy to follow, easy to read. So B is the 2 columns there, I, and, so on and so forth. So it makes it super easy for people watching a live stream to just be like, oh, B2, 4, 10, 15.
God, if you were in a traditional bingo hall, that would be way better, dude.
Yeah.
Straight up.
This is built straight on our website. So and then also if you are playing at home and you want to reset the game if someone wins, or if you want to keep going, whatever, but resetting the game is as simple as hitting reset game, and then you have a clean board. So it's really great, man. It's super fun seeing the confetti drop down, all that. So it's just interactive, and it makes it more fun to like be involved in crypto too. So
very cool.
But yeah, we can be done with the website sharing. I know I kind of took up a lot of time, and I can, stop talking if you guys need me to, but I have
I want to share one thing with you just real quick. DJ, as you were talking about the 396, the minute you said that, I happened to look up in my top left corner where it shows us a count of how many people are watching. By the way, 407 of you. I know most of you are on X. Go to YouTube. Go over there, like, share,
Go to
subscribe,
YouTube.
please.
We have
Okay.
less than 200 people that we need to subscribe to make that 1,000 subscribers to the Dipito show on
Can you?
YouTube. Please do it. It would help us so much.
The second you said that, our number switched to 369 right here as you talking about a universal number, dude. I just wanted to share that with you, right? So that's a call from Universe.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. Love it.
You want to know what's funny is that happens to me more often than not. Not
That's
just
'cause
like
you're paying
396, but like
No, you're
11.
paying attention now. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
once you're in, you're in.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
100%. 100%.
Well, it's definitely a fun throwback, and I can see it as a way of implementing people into the ecosystem. I don't know what's going on with the
That's
thing.
all good. I'm having a
we're
good
not-
time
we're
bouncing
not-
all over the place.
We're not
baby.
clicking anymore.
Man.
We're not
Just
sharing
like
any more screens. Yeah, except there, it's kind of glitching if you guys didn't notice. So one thing that I've noticed about all of you guys, all of your projects, the common thread seems to be the XRP Ledger. Since we don't have a lot of time left, and I kind of want to get everyone's take on this. What excites you the most about the growth on the XRP Ledger, and how do you see it evolving in the next year? And this is for all of you, so we can kind of just go around the room with it.
Yeah, I would say like what I see in the XRP Ledger is, the fast payments, the cheap, like super, like the most cheap, honestly, of fees ever that I've seen. Like I come from Ethereum, right? So it's like, paying $20 in gas fees. Oh, shoot myself in the foot. Might as well. But like, yeah, that, and then also just like how easily it is to be adopted, and like how easy it is to use. You can do it from your phone. You don't have to worry about most things by having your XRP Ledger connected to your Zamin or whatever. But I don't keep a lot on there. But what I will say is that my big thing in the next year is just seeing what happens with the bills that have been signed into place, and then just all of the growth that's happening right now. We've got Nexus Water, Uncle Ron, and Ryan all here that are doing big things, and I can see a lot of good things coming, especially from all three of these gentlemen here. So really, the next year, what I want to see is all three of you doing big things and bigger things than you're doing today.
Man, Josh, what do you think?
Well, I will second what you said. Thank you, by the way. And the speed, the transaction costs are obviously, great for scaling. I think David Schwartz said the next 6 months we're going to have a flood of institutional adoption, so that's going to be huge. But I'm looking forward to the programmability, the hooks moving over to mainnet, to XRPL, the interchain connectivity through Axlar, the DeFi, XRP-Fi, whether that be, in conjunction with Flare or native on the XRP Ledger. I see a lot of opportunity for that. And real world assets. The TVL for XRPL is extremely low for being a number 3 asset by market cap. So we're going to see a flood of liquidity pour into the XRPL ecosystem just to keep up with, an average per market cap. We're way below, the average TVL based on market cap. So that's going to be a huge flood. I think the SEC case is, was huge for that coming to an end. The amendments on the XRPL, we have the permission decks to permission domains. That's going to be huge for institutional adoption. Just the I love that movie. Yeah, that's very important. Watch the Water. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, definitely watch that. And then there's another one called Big Blue World, on Netflix. That's another really good one as well. But yeah, just off topic plug. But yeah, I think the programmability and all these amendments going live is, what sets XRPL apart. XRPL let all these other chains, build all these programmability protocols and things like that. And they always say second is always best, so you can leapfrog over the competition. You let everybody, build, adopt, and test out all of these different protocols. And then coming second, you can see what's worked. And now push forward and adopt the best of the best. So I'm super bullish on XRPL for doing that. It's not by accident that's happening that way. So yeah, that's
I have a quick question for you. You being in the industry that you're in and where you live, I can imagine. I mean, Hawaii is not a very cheap place to live, right? It's not. And people that have a little bit of money are tend to be interested in things that you're interested, that you're in, that you've dipped your toe in and you've put your hard work and energy behind. I'm curious their take on the crypto in general. Are they dipping their toes? Are they interested? Are you inspiring them? Are they fired up secretly and we don't know, type thing?
Absolutely. Great question. So that is something that I've experienced to the fullest. And the industry of water technology, especially atmospheric water technology, is such a new industry that sales and marketing are very, very difficult to be able to reach somebody, educate them and sell them a high price item all at the same time. Rolls Royce, Mercedes, etc. They sell themselves because they have a brand established and they can push these, exclusive items. But you're starting out new from scratch with a high price item. This makes it very, very difficult. So that's one thing about that. I do have quite a few customers, but that is always been and always will be a very big challenge for us. But onboarding them to the Web3, to blockchain, to XRPL will be very smooth. So it's not just chasing trends. We actually are using this for real world applications, and in doing so, it actually helps expand us to an even bigger audience, than we would be originally. So, we are kind of hopping on the train, but it is actually making, everybody's lives easier at the same time. And, and being able to provide these water stations around the world. Luckily, I've been able to raise, over $500,000 for donations to be able to do this. But that was, with one person, so that, I got extremely lucky and extremely blessed to be able to have him, be a big part of, my success in making donations and stuff like that. But being able to, cross these industries, nonprofit and for-profit to the blockchain, the nonprofit especially is a great way to raise funds. And the mechanism I'm building for that is to reward those who give. So it's a win-win. You're getting a monthly faucet. You're getting, you're giving to a really great, project that's helping people. And you have some great art that's going to have, so many other perks as well. These are gamification. These are, built in a 3D model that you can actually deploy into the metaverse. So there's so many things that, it really accomplishes by doing that, by merging these worlds. But yeah, thank you for the question.
Yeah, super cool. That, I just know, like, I don't rub elbows with people with money, but I've always wanted to ask somebody that does, what the temperature was. And great job. Thank you for answering me. Uncle Ron, since this is the common thread, the XRP Ledger, what excites you most about its growth, and how do you see it evolving in the near future?
I guess what drew me to XRP over the other chains was the speed and the low cost for transactions. I did some, mostly in 2021, I was on centralized exchanges, and so I didn't really have gas fees or anything like that to deal with. But this time around, I got into some decentralized and self custody and moved everything off of there. And what I found in ETH was gas fees was eating me up. Cardano was also pretty high in fees and slow, and there wasn't it was just wasn't feasible to do my small trades. You know, if you
Right.
you could still do trading, but you'd have to plan it out a little bit more. And the small, quick stuff that I like to do with small amounts, because that's all I had to start with, you know, was much more feasible on the XRP ledger. And when I got in there and discovered some of the projects, and then got into the spaces and discovered the people behind the projects, that's what really cemented it for me. The people that I've ran into in the communities across XRP are just really great and helpful and outgoing, and you know, just there's a sense of community there, and it's so small right now. You know, there's maybe 1,500 people that are really active, you know, but I think that's going to be flooding in and change it quite a bit real soon when all the institutional money comes, when some of the other retail chains start moving over here. I guess that's part of what excites me, is a lot of the improvements and the cross chain stuff that's coming with, like, this Thor chain swap, and Mad Labs excites me quite a bit. The open source there, and you know, the fact that Zoj has built such a powerful tool and given it to us to use. And so I'm going to try to get my head wrapped around everything that it does, and really start utilizing that and make the most of it. And speaking of low fees, there's no fees to use that. You know, that's the way to trade, is just directly connected. There's nobody in between you and the ledger. And I know you guys did a whole show, and we'll do more on Mad Lab, but I'm a big fan, obviously, of that.
Same.
So.
Same. Well, thank you very much, Ryan. What do you think? Why XRP Ledger, and where do you see it going in the future?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the pioneering right now. So many people are light years ahead of me, but being a part of it and being able to actually interview folks and speak to folks daily, some of these people will be household names one day. And it's really neat to think that you have had the opportunity to actually meet and talk to these people firsthand while we're at such a low, I'll say, market cap, or not a lot of people in this community at this time. But I really, it's just some people always say we're so early, and we are, and this is the opportunity where we can build those relationships and the camaraderie with one another, and then be able to share that with the next generation of people that come into this ecosystem. So that is really encouraging for me, and then hopefully my children will see that, hey, Dad knows so and so, and he met this person when he was doing XYZ type thing. It's really exciting to think about. It's hard to think about 15 or 20 years down the road. It may not be that long, but anyway, it's really special time right now to be a part of this community. So like I said, everyone is very close. It's a tight-knit group. We look out for one another. It's really exciting. It really is.
Man, guys, this has been such a great conversation. We have about 3 minutes left. I encourage everybody that's watching. We got 463 in the house tonight. Please join us in the Dipito Show After Dark space. I posted the link in the comments. You can find it also on Uncle Ron's XRP Ledger Spaces group, on the Dipito Show, at Dipito Show on Twitter, X. It's always going to be Twitter to me, guys. Or on my World Be Free 888 account. You can find the link there. We'll be sharing it out when we go live. I hope you guys all decide to come in and join us. I know, fellas, it's been a 2-hour interview, so a lot of times, it's just an incredible amount of time to ask, but we sure would love it if you'd stop by the after space and continue the conversation. It's been a wonderful conversation with you guys. 30 seconds each. Sorry, I was gonna say 30 seconds each to let people know how they can find you. And we'll go Ryan and Jagman and Nexus, and then Uncle Ron.
I'm at Ryan H. Leniger on X. That's my real name, and I am fully doxxed. And then my Corn account is Corn on XRPL at Corn XRPL. I also have the website, Telegram. It's all listed on my X, Corn X account. So, yeah, stop in. I do try to streamline most things to X if I can, but if you stop in TG, I'm in there a couple times a day. But just really appreciate you guys tonight. Looking forward to the after hours, and thank you so much. Appreciate
you.
It was nice to meet everybody here as well.
Absolute pleasure. DJ Jagman.
Just go to Twitter and search at Bingo XRP, and we're right there. I'm DJ Jagman at DJ Jagman. If you got a wedding or anything in the Midwest area,
shameless plug. Shameless plug.
I do want to let you guys know one thing. Bingo night this Friday, live in Spaces. We're playing. There's plenty of winnings, so come by. It's 3 p.m. Central or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Fun times, guys. Yeah. Don't miss it, man.
Yeah.
It is
right now we have regular bingo nights that are free, but they're going to be going to probably 1 XRP per card, just like, or $1 per card. So if you pay 1 XRP, you'll get 3 cards right now or whatever. So yeah, it'll be really fun. And then we're coming up with a High Rollers Bingo Night event. So all you high rollers out there who aren't afraid of pitching in 10 XRP to have some fun and possibly win it all back and some, then come on by.
Come on by. Let's go. What about you, Josh? How can people find you?
You can find me on X at nexuswater_XRPL. And also give me a follow on my personal account, and that's easy to remember, Josh_XRPL. And the link tree in my bio will be able to direct you to a lot of other resources, like my articles on Medium. So you can check that out, or go directly to nexuswater.medium.com. But thank you for having me again.
Oh, you're welcome.
Great.
Uncle Ron, what's the best way to find you?
I'm most active on X. I'm most usually on there at Uncle Ron _ALT228. And that's kind of a coded thing. If you hold down the Alt key on your PC and hit the keypad's number 228 and then release it, you'll come up with a Sigma code. And Sigma is one of the meme communities on X.
I love it.
That's right.
That's cool.
And as Twan would say, work for your bag and get out there and if you don't believe in your project, who do you expect to do it? But that's how they can find me, is on X most likely. I do have a website, happyhollowshrooms.com. It's on my profile, a link to there. And then also the mushrooms are on the shop.farmerunion.meme page. And there'll be more of them out there. And I'd like to start hosting some spaces and do a virtual farmers market just to answer questions people may have. Just the same kind of thing where I go to the farmers market now in person, and that's what people come up and ask about. Well, what does this do, and what do I do with this? And I'd like to do that in spaces once I have more stuff available online to point them to.
Very cool. Very cool. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Trissa, we love you. Thank you for the super chat. We also had Miss Kita. And guys, it's been a wonderful evening. We're going to make it. We're going to make it under the 2 hours mark. We love you guys. Have a good rest of your evening and join us on the After Dark space.